Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video here to highlight some stuff from our good friends at Fanatical. They have a free game that they're giving away right now, a very positive received, 92% positive on Steam received game. It's free on Fanatical, and also Fanatical's running a lot of great deals right now. We're gonna highlight some of those deals that are under $5, some of these deals even under $3, some even under $2. How about that? Yeah, a lot of good stuff over at Fanatical, so we'll highlight all of that as well. And first of all, I do want to give you guys a heads up on the free game that is Aero, A-A-E-R-O. So my apologies if I butchered the pronunciation. You know, my second grade level education can only get me so far. But the game's got a very positive reception on Steam, 317 user reviews, 92% positive. And like I said, it is available free over at Fanatical. All you have to do is link your Steam account, and you must have made a purchase on Steam before. That's their way to, you know, gate just people making a lot of accounts and then getting free copies of the game, etc., etc. Only one key per Fanatical account, and you just have to sign up to their email newsletter as well. So you'll be notified of all of their great deals, and Fanatical is a great spot to buy a lot of games. So you'll get that free right now. Trace ribbons of light to release the energy in the music as you speed through stylized alien worlds, battle strange enemies, and fight epic boss battles, all driven by an incredible licensed soundtrack as well. Independent micro studio Madfellows brings you a unique, innovative game featuring music from Noisa, Flux, Pavilion, KDB, the prototypes, Neo Signal, and many more. The game does require a controller to play, so go ahead and check that out. Typically $14.99, but available free right now over on Fanatical. Alright, moving on from that, like I said, we've got some great deals under the price of $3, $5, some of these even under $2. So I do want to reiterate, Dishonored 2 is $2.69, which I think this deal is just nuts. Dishonored 2 is a fantastic game. I know some people weren't as high on the game from a narrative standpoint as they were Dishonored 1. I still thought Dishonored 2 narratively was pretty solid, and I think from a gameplay standpoint is why most of you guys will want to play Dishonored, and I think from that standpoint, the game is outstandingly well done. You have two playable main characters here as well, Corvo, who was the main character in the first game, and then Emily as well, but $2.69 on that, great pickup, and Dishonored's just a great time, man. I hope that Arcane eventually gets back to the IP and they do Dishonored 3, but for now, you know, you can play Dishonored 2. It's still a very, very good game. And, you know, Arcane's working on the Marvel's Blade title. So, you know, if you're a Marvel guy, you'll probably have a pretty good time with that. But hopefully that'll be out maybe next year. I mean, Arcane hasn't put out a game in quite a while. Their last game was Deathloop. And I want to say that was back in 2021. So it's been quite a few years since they've put out a game. So hopefully we'll hear from them soon. But for now, again, Dishonored 2, $2.69. Of course, I'd be remiss if I don't mention Robocop Rogue City. The Alex Murphy edition is $4.79. Honestly, picking up the base game for $3.99, yeah, it's still in stock. That might be the route to go because the Alex Murphy edition, it doesn't have anything that crazy, just some in-game items and things of that nature. You get the digital art book as well, which I think digital art books are just worthless, but nevertheless, $4.79 on that. Base game is $3.99. I'm not a big Robocop guy in the sense that I've watched the movies or anything like that, but as far as a game goes, I thought this was pretty good. Definitely not blow-away. I think a lot of people got wrapped up in the hype of, oh my god, it's down to like $5, and they ended up checking it out. However, the game is still a fairly good game, and if you're a fan of Robocop, you'll probably enjoy it even more than me, but I thought it was a pretty solid, well-rounded game. Like, the gameplay was competent, dialogue and narratively, I thought it was pretty decent for what it was, and for sub $5, I mean, it's a great pickup, so definitely recommend that. Disgaea 1 and 2 are both discounted. Disgaea 1 is $2.99, Disgaea 2 is $3.99. I wasn't like a big Disgaea guy growing up, but there's a lot of depth into the strategy gameplay. I'm not a big tactics JRPG guy, but if you're into strategy JRPGs, you'll enjoy this quite a lot. Quirky characters, you know, and some people might find the dialogue off-putting, but if you're into JRPGs, I feel like this will be within your wheelhouse. And there's certainly some fun to be had. It's just, it can get a little bit difficult, but to each their own. And if you want to check it out, I think these are really good prices. So $2.99 and $3.99 a pop. Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut is $2.99. I mean, I glaze this game all the time, so you guys are probably a little bit sick about hearing the game. But you know what? As much as I talk about the same games over and over again, somebody in a recent video literally said that because of my rambling, they picked up Sleeping Dogs. So, like, yeah, you guys, that user just bought you like another decade of me rambling about Sleeping Dogs. Not like I wasn't gonna do that anyway, but nonetheless, Deus Ex Human Revolution is fantastic. Another IP that's been benched, and I think it's so unfortunate because I feel like this IP has so much legs to it. Adam Jensen was an awesome main character, and Human Revolution is a game that I did another playthrough of about a year ago, and it made me appreciate this game even more because while the levels in this game aren't enormous or anything like that, it's the depth of those levels. It's the content and the meaningful design choices that they made that give each level in Deus Ex Human Revolution so much nuance and so much options and, things to do. I just think the game is so well done. It's inherently incredibly replayable, and for $2.99, excellent deal that I highly recommend. I would recommend to pick up Mankind Divided as well. I don't think Mankind Divided is as good as Human Revolution from a narrative standpoint, but I still think it's a really solid game and very much worth your time and money. So $2.99 on that is great. Batman Arkham Origins, $3.29 on this. Often considered to be the forgotten Batman game, but still a really good game. Not as good as the main Arkham trilogy, but WB Montreal, the same developers that did Gotham Knights, did this game, and I thought the game was really solid. Obviously a prequel, and if you enjoyed Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, this one will be in your wheelhouse as well. At this point, like the games are 15, 16 years old. I think Arkham Origins came out in 2013, so a little bit more recent, 12 years old, but man, it's still a solid game, and I would like this game to get an updated release, maybe remastered on modern consoles as well, but $3.29 for it is great and still very much a worthwhile playthrough. Hitman Absolution for $1.79 is always a fantastic deal. This was actually one of the first games I played on my gaming PC when I got into PC gaming back in 2012, and I remember back then just being blown away by the visuals. Playing the game, I want to say I was on like a old 720p TV, and I'm like, oh my god, this game looks insane. And then you guys should have seen me when I jumped from 720p to 1080p. My mind was blown. But nevertheless, Hitman Absolution, solid action stealth title. I thought it was pretty good. I know people are very, they love Blood Money. Blood Money is the Hitman game everybody loves. I didn't play Blood Money growing up, so I don't have that kind of affinity towards the game, but I thought Absolution was a really solid action stealth title, and I know a lot of people also are high on the World of Assassination titles. Absolution, more of a contained narrative experience, linear narrative-driven experience, but worthwhile there for $1.79. And then lastly, Mad Max for $2.49. That is always a good pickup as well. The thing about Mad Max, when I played it right when it came out, and I remember being blown away by the performance of this game. Like, it ran so well, and funny thing is, it came out on the same day as Metal Gear Solid 5, and that was another game that I was blown away by from a performance standpoint. Like, very rare that we get high-quality PC versions of games. Very rare we get two of them in the same day. Like, oftentimes, at least one of them will flop. Like, I remember earlier this year, we had the release of Gears of War Reloaded and Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Both of those games had their issues, and it was like Mad Max and MGS5 back in 2015. Those games both ran really well, although back then we were also coming off the heels of Batman Arkham Knight, and that was a disaster. It's a crapshoot sometimes, but shout out to Mad Max for being incredibly well optimized. The gameplay was solid, vehicular combat was solid, and by the end, the narrative picks up as well, and I thought it was a worthwhile game. Now, unfortunately, we'll never get a follow-up title, so that's a bit of a bummer, but I still think for $2.49, it's a great pickup, would highly recommend it, and yeah, definitely worth a shout there. But that is gonna do it for me. Again, pick up Arrow for free. That's a Steam copy available on Fanatical, and then a lot of great games on Fanatical on sale as well. Sub $5, sub $3, and even sub $2, so some great pickups there. Links to everything, as always, in the description box below. If you do end up picking anything up, I get a bit of an affiliate kickback, so that is much appreciated. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.